One of the biggest concerns I hear from homeowners who are planning their next move is this: how do I buy my next home while selling my current home at the same time? And honestly, it's a legitimate concern. People ask me questions like, what if my current home sells before I find another one? Or what if I find my dream home before my current home sells? How do I avoid paying two mortgage payments? How do I coordinate both transactions without creating a huge amount of stress? Those are all great questions. And the good news is there are strategies that can make the process much smoother. So today, I'm going to walk you through the approach I recommend for many homeowners here in Sarasota County. We'll talk about the advantages of selling first, the potential downsides, how today's Sarasota housing market affects your decision, and what you can do to put yourself in the strongest possible position when it's time to buy your next home. Real quick, before we dive in, I'm Adam Waxler. I'm the broker and owner of You Keep Commission Real Estate, and I've been helping buyers and sellers throughout Sarasota County for nearly 20 years. If you're thinking about making a move, I'd be happy to help. The best way to reach me is by calling or texting me directly at 941-465-9206. Okay, let's get started. First, let me say this. There isn't one strategy that's right for everyone. Your finances, your timeline, your comfort level with risk, and today's market conditions all play an important role. But for many homeowners, selling first does provide the most flexibility and the least financial uncertainty. Here are 4 reasons why. 1, and this is probably the most obvious, you don't have to worry about carrying 2 mortgages at the same time. If you get into contract with your next home before selling your current one, there's always the possibility that you'll end up owning 2 homes and have 2 mortgages. Now, yes, some people own their current home outright and don't have a mortgage payment on that home. But you still run the risk of 2 insurance policies, 2 utility bills, 2 sets of maintenance expenses, HOA fees, taxes, and so on. That can quickly become uncomfortable for many people, if not impossible. Selling first removes that uncertainty. 2, you'll know exactly how much money you'll have available for your next purchase. Take it from me, someone who's been selling homes for about 20 years now, many homeowners think they're going to get much more money for their home than they actually do. Ask any realtor here in Sarasota, and they're going to tell you the same thing. So instead of estimating your home's value or wondering what it might sell for, by selling your current home first, you'll know exactly how much money you'll have for your next purchase. That makes shopping for your next purchase much easier because you're working with real numbers instead of estimates. 3, selling first gives you the freedom to be patient. It allows you to slow down and find the right home, not just any home. Look, Sarasota County has significantly more inventory than it did during the COVID years. But believe it or not, inventory has been tightening over the past couple of years. Single-family homes in Sarasota County are now down to just a 4-month supply of inventory. That means finding the right home may take a little longer than many buyers expect. The fact is, selling first gives you more flexibility to search carefully. And 4, your offer on the new home will be much stronger if you sell first. The fact of the matter is, most sellers are not going to accept an offer that's contingent on you selling your home first. And if they do, they're going to want to see that your home is not just on the market, they're going to want to see that your home is already in contract and past the inspection period. Otherwise, there's simply too much risk for the seller. By selling first, you don't have to worry about any of this. However, selling first isn't perfect, and as I'm sure you've guessed, selling first also comes with a few of its own downsides. First, you may need some type of temporary housing. Depending on how your timing works out, you might need to spend a few weeks or even a few months in a short-term rental. Or I've had many clients who are fortunate enough to have family that they could live with temporarily. Bottom line, you may need some type of temporary housing. Second, you may need storage. If your current home sells before you find a new one, you'll need to store your stuff somewhere. For better or worse, there's no shortage of storage facilities here in Sarasota County. Just drive up and down 41 and pick one. And finally, if your home sells before you find a new home, you'll have to move twice. Let's be honest, moving sucks. Nobody enjoys moving once, let alone twice. So yes, selling first does come with its own inconveniences and its own expenses. But for many homeowners, those are much better than feeling pressured or rushed into buying what ends up being the wrong home. Now, does that mean selling first is always the best strategy? No, not at all. Some buyers are comfortable enough financially to purchase a new home before selling their current home. And if you are, that's great. In fact, that's probably the best scenario. That means you can actually move into your new home before you even list your current home, which means you don't have to deal with the hassle of showing your home while living in it. Because trust me, living in a home you're trying to sell can be a real pain. Always keeping it clean and ready for showings, having to leave for every showing and every open house, that all gets old real quick. And not only that, you don't have to worry about temporary storage, temporary housing, or moving twice. However, many people, if not most people, are not in a position where they can buy a new home without selling their old home. And if you're one of those people who can't afford to do that or simply don't want the financial stress, there are still other options. You may try to negotiate a post-closing occupancy agreement or a leaseback. That allows you to stay in your current home after selling it for a short period of time while you complete the purchase of your next home. It basically buys you some more time. And then some buyers use creative financing like a bridge loan or private financing. That helps coordinate the transition between selling and buying. That's why I don't believe in one-size-fits-all advice. The right strategy really depends on your finances, your timeline, your goals, your comfort level with risk, and what the current market conditions are. Whether Sarasota is in a buyer's market or a seller's market can definitely play a factor in all of this. Look, trying to buy and sell a home at the same time can absolutely feel overwhelming, but it doesn't have to. The key is to have a clear strategy going into it. That's going to reduce your stress and make the entire process much smoother. Again, every situation is unique, so if you'd like to discuss your specific situation, I'd be happy to help. I've helped many people over the years in this exact situation. Just give me a call at 941-465-9206 and we can build a strategy that's best for you. I hope you found this video helpful and I hope it answered some of your questions. If you did find it helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I typically post about 2 to 3 videos a month about buying, selling, the current market conditions, and what it's like living here in Sarasota County. So if you're interested in those things, hit the subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video.